Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We're the Garza twins, Britta and Carly. And Terry. We have Terry with us today. How cute is he? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. He's a pretty needy boy. We've spoken about this before, that when no one else is home, he can get pretty needy. So he's always with us when we're filming. But today we're going to be doing our September favorites. So let's get into it. Okay, first up is a product from the brand I work for, M Cosmetics. You guys know this. This is my favorite product we've ever launched. It is the Serum Blush. They look like this, and they're the cutest little things in the world. So adorable. It's glass packaging with a push-up dropper. Very, very cute. These are my two favorite shades, Rose Milk and Soft Amethyst. I like to mix them, but today I'm just wearing Soft Amethyst on its own. And this is a serum blush, so it's formulated with skincare ingredients like hyaluronic acid, squalane, vitamin E, sacha inky oil, which gives it that like sheen. And I don't know if you can tell, but how I use this is I do my whole face like normal, and then how I would use powder blush, I do it after bronzer, after I've powdered my face, before highlighter, and I apply this over all of that. And there is never any lift up of foundation. My bronzer doesn't look patchy. It just goes over powder or just on your natural skin so flawlessly. One drop is enough for two cheeks, especially, like I said, I'm wearing Soft Amethyst today, which is our deepest shade. So it really works on deeper skin tones, but for someone like me who's a more fair, one drop is by far more than enough. So I just drop a drop in my hand, and then I dab in the product, and then I just apply it with like one finger and just kind of dab it on, blend it out, and as you can see, it blends out so nicely, which is so hard to find for liquid blush. I find that oftentimes, especially for fair skin like us, it's like usually too much too fast, and then a lot of them dry so quickly that you can't really blend. Things end up looking patchy, but this just has like such an not an oily texture. Well, yeah, it's an oily texture, but in a good way. Like, it stays emollient, it stays dewy, it doesn't mattify, it just looks glowing, and it looks like your skin is just healthy and has like some healthy color to it. It's such a unique formula. It's so beautiful. I'm obviously sorry, Terry. I'm obviously biased, but I just love this product. I just think it's so user-friendly and beautiful, and anyone could use it. Oily skin, dry skin, normal skin. Britta's dying to try it. I don't have a set for her yet. But yeah, it's amazing. I highly recommend it. I think it's the best product we have at M. So if you're going to try anything, try the serum blushes. Okay, I have a makeup product to talk about. This is the Jouer light to medium bronzer duo in the shades Sunlight and Suntan. I got this because it's talc free. You guys know I don't use talc in my powder products, or try not to, especially my face products. And anyways, I love bronzer duos because I feel like, you know, like I could use the lighter shade in the winter times, the darker shade in the summer, but I also can mix them. I don't know, there's something about a bronzer duo that really interests me. I'm still interested in trying that Cover of X one that has the shimmer on one side and the matte on the other. But anyways, oh yeah, those look so good. They do. These powders blend so flawlessly. It's the only bronzer I've been wearing it since I've gotten it. And for a matte bronzer, like usually I like a baked formula because it just looks more natural. It leaves the skin with a little bit of a sheen, but I feel like even so, this is a matte formula, it still just looks very skin-like. It doesn't look patchy at all. It just blends in really effortlessly. It's a really nice warm toned bronzer, I would say. I mean, I'm wearing it today so you can see how it looks. I would say it's like neutral to warm. It's not too warm, it's not orange or anything, but I just feel like it does add warmth to the face, whereas some other bronzers I use are super neutral, but they don't necessarily add warmth, they just kind of add dimension. So I really love this. I think it's amazing. It comes in, I think, at least one more. I think they have a medium to dark. This suits my skin tone pretty well. The packaging is super cute. It has a mirror, and then it has this cute like pink and gold packaging. I don't know, it's really nice. I feel like I haven't used very many things from Jouer, but I love their citrine highlighter. I spoke about that in our face favorites video that we did. And so I know they have good products, but I just had never really used them, and I was gifted this at work, and I literally love it so much. It's such a good bronzer. Okay, so we realized we talked about Nespresso in our weekly favorites, but we never mentioned it in a monthly.
Maybe we got it at the end of last month. I don't know.
Yeah, but we got an espresso and we're obsessed. We'll link our exact model down below, but it's part of the, what is it, the Virtual line?
Yeah, so there are only 2 different kinds. There's the one that does just espressos, and you buy like the smaller pods, and then there's this one where you can have an espresso, or you can do like a full cup, and we wanted the option, so we got that model.
Yeah, it starts with a V. It's the one that has, well, I can show you.
Maybe?
I can show you a pod. I can open this up and show you. Yeah, Vituro, I think. But like we said, we'll link our exact model down below. We got it on Amazon. But the one that has the pods like this, so they look like little chocolates almost. Like, they're so cute.
They're so cute.
And this specifically has been our favorite. We also learned something yesterday I'm going to share.
We go to, so if you guys don't know, if you follow us on Instagram, you might know this, but we go to the mall every Friday to do like returns, and now
just for a pleasant experience.
Yeah, and now we also go to get our Nespresso pod.
Yeah, there's an espresso store at the mall we frequent. But these are the pumpkin spice cake pods, and they are basically just like a very medium roast, basic but good coffee that also has cloves, cinnamon, and cardamom in it, but it's very mild. I wish it was a little spicier because we love spices, but it's just a mild little pumpkin spice coffee. We really love it. And then we also learned yesterday that these are half calf, which we didn't
even
know.
say on there?
No.
And that video that man didn't really.
No, I don't think.
Oh, is that what 5 means?
No, 5 they said was like the roast scale, which just means like how I guess like
a medium blend.
So yeah, we learned this yesterday because they had a sign at the Nespresso store that said that these were half calf, and we've been using them in the morning or drinking them in the morning, and you want like a lot of caffeine. So we had no idea.
But I mean, it's healthier.
No, we still love them. I'm just letting you know that they are, oh yeah, it says decaffeinated roast and ground coffee. Wow, it's hidden on the box.
The guy nonchalantly said it like we should know. He was like, well, all of our seasonal flavors are half calf.
He said all the seasonal flavors are half calf because their mentality is that during the fall and winter and like the holidays, people are casually drinking coffee, sitting around, just kind of like sipping it, and he said you'll have more than one. It's a cute idea.
But that is true because we've been drinking like 2 of these a day sometimes.
Yeah, it's a really cute idea. But just so you know, they're half calf, but they are our favorites so far. Like, they're incredible. We love this flavor.
Good. And we also were so addicted to Nespresso, we even bought decaf pods so we can enjoy a nice cup of Joe at any hour of the day.
But really, we have half calf and we didn't even know. So we
yeah, but still has caffeine.
I know.
Like we had decaf the other day, like 10 p.m.
Yeah. Oh, and
you scared Terry.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I bought the Cafe de Cuba pods for my boyfriend to try, and they were very expensive, but I had one this morning. Very, very good. Delicious.
People love that one. I think that's like the most popular.
It's really, really good.
Next up is a favorite that I know Carli's spoken about before, but I jumped on this train, so here we are. Laura Mercier sent us over some things, and they sent the Matte Radiance Baked Powder in the shade Highlight 01. And
I've been talking about this for, I think I've owned it for 5 years.
Yeah, and so
it's not
she already had it, I took it from the bunch, and I absolutely love it.
Mine's really old. I need a new one.
I love it. I wish it wasn't this big. Like, the packaging is so bulky for a highlighter, you know? I feel like because they call it a matte radiance powder, if this was a face powder, you would go through it quicker, but like, they could make this smaller, but that's here nor there. It doesn't really matter. I was just mentioning it. But this is such a beautiful highlighter. It's a really good everyday highlighter. I will say it is a little bit, I don't want to say icy, but it has a white base. Yeah, so it's just like it won't work on any skin tone is basically what I'm trying to say. I feel like it's only suitable for pale to or fair to light skin. But it's just a really beautiful baked formula that glides onto the skin, blends out effortlessly, looks very natural, but you definitely still get a sheen. There's a little bit of glitter. I'm wearing it on the inner corners of my eye too. I've been doing that every single day just to like brighten up my eyes. I just love it. I think it's such a good highlighter.
It's really
good. We're like very picky about highlighters these days. I feel like I just got rid of so many because I don't use them.
Me too.
They like look so metallic. Today I'm actually wearing that CoverGirl one that I like that I hated, and then it turned out that I really actually love it. But it's actually very similar to this. Like the tone and everything is really similar. But I wanted to mention this because if you're looking for a nice everyday baked formula that blends out really nice, this is for you. Okay, I think I talked about getting these in a video, but I got them and I love them. They're the Everlane Boss Boot and I'm so in love. They are incredibly well crafted. They're made in Italy and they, like, you can just smell the leather. I love leather. Like, I just think it smells incredible and it lasts forever. And like, at least we don't eat cows. Yeah, we're vegetarian if you didn't know. I guess it's a bit ironic, but I really love these boots. I've been on the hunt for a black, just kind of a little bit edgy boot, but something I can wear every day. So something with a low heel, because I am not the type of person to wear a high heel. Like, I'm not. I never will be. And I saw these last year on the Everlane website and I contemplated getting them and then I didn't get them. And I had to get them this year and I'm so happy. I wore them when I was in New York for work and there was a little breaking in that had to be done, but for the most part, they were so comfortable and I walked really far. They're just such a good boot. I mean, I think everyone would like these. Like, they go with every outfit. They do have silver hardware, which I'm not sure how I feel about it. I almost kind of wish it was black and it
black would be
blended
nice.
in. But they're just so well made. Highly recommend. They run true to size. We're a true 7.5 and I got 7.5. And even though they're like very pointed on the top, they fit just fine. So they're amazing boots. Just want to mention, I know the lighting's been really whack in like all of our videos. Like, it's either been super dark, like weird shadows happening. It's just the weather. Like, we're filming midday. It should be really, and we're happy that it's a gloomy day. We've been needing an overcast, cloudy day in Los Angeles. But we were using our studio lights and I'm just looking and I'm like, I think this video is going to be a little dark. I know. So apologies for that. Next up on the favorites list is this ILIA mascara. I got this in the Clean Beauty Favorites little Sephora box that I spoke about in last month's video, but this is the ILIA, what is this called? It says After Midnight. I think that's the shade name. Well, I'll link it down below. It's just the sample size. I've been using it every day. It's what I have on my eyelashes now. And usually, I don't really like molded wands because I feel like you stab yourself with them so easily. But this one is pretty small. It's pretty precise. And so I feel like it's easy to not stab yourself. And I really like the shape. I know it's really hard to explain a mascara in a favorites video, honestly, because everyone has such different tastes and preference when it comes to lashes. But hopefully you can see what my lashes look like. I feel like they define each lash, but they do coat it in a pretty good amount of product, so you get volume and separation. I can't speak on length because we have pretty long lashes to begin with, so I never really notice if a mascara gives me added length. I'm always looking for volume, but I also don't like them to look too clumpy. A clumpy lash is okay here and there. But I feel like this gives me the exact lash that I want. It's dark, it doesn't flake, it doesn't irritate my eyes. ILIA is a clean brand if you didn't know. They're soon becoming like my favorite brand. I truly love their products. Yeah, I love this packaging. I mean, this is just the little one, but I would purchase the full size because I'm such a fan of this mascara. I think that why we never have mascara favorites. I just want to put that up there because we've been using the same ones forever. I know, I have like the 2 that I rotate through.
Me too. And so I just wanted to mention it because I think for me personally, it's hard to find a mascara that gives you both volume and separation. Like Lash Paradise is our all-time favorite, but it can be kind of clumpy, which I don't really mind that look because I love that whole like fake lash look. But sometimes you do want a little bit of separation, but you still want your lashes to be coated and voluminous, and this gives you both. So if you are in the market for those things, check this out. Okay, next up is an eyeshadow. This is MAC Soba. The Anna edit made me do it. She has been talking about this eyeshadow. I mean,
I've never seen that.
She talked about it like in her one of her first videos, so like years ago. But then last year she put it in her favorites video, her yearly favorites, and she's like, I just wear it every day. Like she said, she just like throws it on along with Anastasia Caramel, which I also bought because of her. So I just always love her eyeshadow recommendations. And I picked this up. I placed an order on MAC. And if you didn't know, their pans are really cheap and they always have free shipping.
They're like cheap?
They're like $6.
Yeah, but isn't that funny that we think it's cheap? It is cheap, but like in a palette.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But I mean, I rarely go through these MAC pans. They're pretty big.
Yeah, no, they are. So it's really hard to describe. In her videos, I couldn't tell what it looked like really, but to me, it's like a yellow-based taupe. That sounds really weird, but
I'll swatch it.
Yeah, I'll swatch it. And it's also more of a satin finish, which I had no clue. When I watched her apply it in videos, I thought it was a matte shadow. And then when I got it, I was like, oh, is this a shimmer? And there's definitely a lot of pearl in it, but I wouldn't say it's enough pearl to classify it as like a shimmer or metallic. To me, it's just a satin, which I love satin finishes, and I also find those really hard to find. So I've just been loving this eyeshadow. It's one of those I can throw on and just go out the door. I'm wearing it right now. It's just very unassuming. It's a light wash of color, but it's a unique shade, and it kind of gives you like a slight edge to your look without being too much.
Oh, an edge.
Yeah, a little edge. I like it. I like it. This is edgy for me for eyeshadow. I rarely get crazy there. Next up is a brush favorite. This is the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe JH06. It's called her Everything brush because you can use it to set your under eyes, you can use it for blush, you can use it for bronzer, to set your face. You could use it for everything. It looks just like the Smashbox, the one Carli has.
I have it.
I don't know what that's called. It's the like diffused cheek brush or something.
Okay, maybe that is what it's called.
Something cheek brush. I know that was her benchmark. Like that's all be honest. She definitely wanted to emulate that brush, which is fine because that brush is really popular. This brush is a lot cheaper, and I saw it
It's
at
a bit slimmer.
This is a bit smaller. Yeah, which I like it because I only really use it to apply blush. Because for me, like bronzer, I like a big fluffy brush because I really put bronzer. I love bronzer. I put it everywhere. But for blush, I do like to have a more precise application because I like it a little bit on the apples, but then I concentrate it upwards and kind of put it like right here. So I can't have too big of a brush. And I love this because it really helps diffuse the color. Today I used it with the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in Between the Sheets. And that's, as you know, is kind of like a cream formula, and it still worked really, really well. I think because it has synthetic bristles.
Yeah.
So it can work with creams, it can work with powders, but it just does such a beautiful job of diffusing the blush in the prettiest way. And I would use this for bronzer as well and to set my under eyes. I mean, you could really use it for everything, but for blush specifically, I think it's the perfect blush brush. And I think it was only $14 at Ulta. They have, so when these first came out, we both got the bronzer one. I think that's the JH03. And we bought it on Morphe online because they didn't sell those individually in the store. We went and they were like, no, it's only in the packs. You have to buy it online. So we did so, and I still love that brush. But now they sell these individually at Ulta, which I was like, finally, like a year or so later. So that was good news if you thought the same thing, that these weren't sold individually in store. They are now. So go get this one. It's really good. Okay, last up is a brow gel favorite. I can tell it's super dark out now. Very sorry. This is the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I think you've probably heard a lot of people talking about it. It's been very popular. We put it in a weekly favorites a few weeks back. So this is a brow, so it's actually, so as I said, I work for M Cosmetics, and the texture of this reminds me of the M Brow Cream a lot. Yes. So this is more of a cream, I'd say. It's not so much of a gel. It's like a cream pomade texture, and it has a lot of fibers in it. Yeah. But you can't really see them once they're on your hair. Like, I have a lot of brow hairs, and I still use this because I don't feel like it fills it in too much. The brush is small.
The brush is so good.
Yeah, the brush is the best. It's not too small, but not too big. It applies the product really evenly without being too clumpy. The shade is really nice. What shade is this? I don't even know. It doesn't say. There's no bottom label. Oh wait, there is.
We have neutral brown.
Neutral brown. Oh, they put the label on the cap. That is bizarre.
They might have not meant to. I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that's really weird. The component's really cute, actually.
It's so cute.
It has a nice rounded shape to it.
Yeah.
And it's very small, so it's good for traveling.
I just moved mine to the bottom.
It's very affordable. There's not much else we can say about this. It's just very nice.
It's really good. I will continue to buy this until I like something more.
I love
really
it. Good. I'm not wearing it to have clear in. What do you?
I've been wearing it literally every day.
It's like, really good.
And for how cheap it is, $4. Are you kidding me? Like, between the CoverGirl brow pencil and this, like, the drugstore has brows managed.
I know. It's true. It's true. Brows and mascara, drugstore all the way.